Imagine for a moment the sharpest mind in history, Niccolò Machiavelli, the man who stripped power, politics, and human psychology bare. Now, what if that same mind whispered the deepest, most hidden truths about a woman's weaknesses? Would you dare to listen? Because the truth is, as much as women display their strength to the world, they hide their vulnerabilities just as carefully. They don't want you to ever discover them, because if you do, the entire game shifts. We're about to step into those 9 weaknesses women desperately try to keep from you. And no, these aren't ordinary insights pulled from some book. They come from Machiavelli's dark brilliance. So prepare yourself. What you're about to hear could change how you see relationships, how you think, and even how you live. Machiavelli once said a person can hide their true nature only for as long as it benefits them. Women, he insisted, are masters at hiding weakness. They know that if it's exposed, their strength is diminished. But the real player, the one who sees through those hidden cracks, understands them, and controls them without a single fight, is the one who wins the silent war. So let's begin this journey into the shadows, where one by one the secrets unfold. The first weakness, validation. Every woman, no matter how independent or strong she seems, craves recognition. She wants to be seen, admired, acknowledged. That hunger runs deeper than most realize. If you know how to feed it, you capture not just her attention but her mind and her heart. Yet here lies the trick. Give too much validation, and she devalues you. Withdraw it, and she grows restless. That restlessness, that need is her first hidden weakness. The second weakness, emotions. Machiavelli warned that those enslaved to their emotions become easy prey. And the truth is, beneath all the control women show, their greatest vulnerability is exactly that, uncontrolled emotions. Anger, envy, jealousy, impulsive choices, each exposes the cracks. In those moments, a calm and patient man seizes power. If you stay composed, her lack of control becomes your strength. The third weakness, safety. Every woman, no matter how modern or independent she appears, carries within her a buried longing for security, physical, emotional, financial. Machiavelli said people follow the lion who protects them from danger. And so, even when a woman claims she needs no one, her subconscious is always scanning for the man who can make her feel safe. If you can provide that, you unlock the deepest layers of her psychology. The fourth weakness, the fear of being truly seen. Women excel at uncovering others' secrets but their own. They guard them fiercely. Imagine a woman who laughs in public, strong and carefree to everyone, yet alone she weeps, insecure, terrified someone will see her real fragility. Machiavelli said, whoever holds a person's secret holds their soul. And if you peel back her layers with patience and observation, you'll find behind her strength lies a hidden fear. That exposure is her downfall. The fifth weakness, comparison. Women compare endlessly. Friends, lifestyles, partners. Picture a wife sitting beside her husband. Outside, a glamorous woman steps from an expensive car. The wife says nothing, but her eyes reveal it. Why not me? Why not my life? Jealousy burns quietly, shaping decisions more than she admits. Machiavelli knew envy is fire, consuming silently. Understand this psychology of comparison, and you can read her truest thoughts. The sixth weakness, social image. Think of a woman who wants to be the perfect daughter to her family, glamorous online, respectable in society. But when a rumor, scandal, or even a small mistake shakes her image, she crumbles inside. Machiavelli said people live more for appearances than for truth. Attack her reputation, and she becomes defensive. That's her sixth weakness. She lives for the mask more than for herself. The seventh weakness, attention. A quiet girl in college says little, but the moment someone notices her, she lights up. That glow born from attention is a hunger she rarely admits. Machiavelli said, where you give attention, you give power. Too much, and she dismisses you. Withdraw it, and anxiety consumes her. That unease is her seventh weakness. The eighth weakness, fear of uncertainty. Imagine a woman in a relationship, but unsure where it's going. Restlessness grows. Questions pour out. What are we? How serious are you? Machiavelli wrote that people trade freedom for certainty. Women crave clarity, stability. If you create ambiguity, unease builds. That very uncertainty becomes her eighth weakness. The ninth weakness, the fear of rejection. The world believes women reject men, but deep down every woman fears rejection herself. Often it begins young, a classmate's mockery, a family member dismissing her feelings. That fear settles inside, shaping her choices. She avoids confessing desires, hides her dreams, silences her voice, just to avoid being turned away. Machiavelli warned, those who fear rejection never risk enough. Many women mask their emotions, hoping others just know, because the thought of exposing themselves feels unbearable. If you recognize this fear, you gain true power in any relationship. For to understand someone's fear is to hold the choice to heal it or to exploit it. Now you've glimpsed the 9 hidden weaknesses women never want you to see. But here's the real question. Now that you know, what will you do with this knowledge? Because Machiavelli's wisdom isn't just about exposing secrets, it's about preparing for the deepest war. A war not fought with swords, but with minds and hearts. Remember, every relationship, every conversation, every attraction, it's all an invisible game. Some rules you can see, but the real ones remain hidden. Women instinctively play by these rules. They know when to advance, when to retreat, when to mask. But the same traits that make them powerful also betray them. Machiavelli said, "The one who reads the weaknesses of others wins without lifting a sword." Imagine if you could sense those 9 weaknesses, see them without a word, capture them without force. She might believe she's manipulating you, but in truth, you've already read her mind. She might think she's in control, but the true power lies with you. But ask yourself this, are you learning these secrets just to manipulate others, or will you use them first on yourself, mastering your own vulnerabilities? Because the highest power isn't in controlling others, it's in conquering yourself. Machiavelli's wisdom comes with a warning. Knowing the psychology of others gives you power. Then listen carefully, because every story must end, but this one ends with a choice only you can make. You've walked with Machiavelli through the shadows of the human heart. You've seen the 9 weaknesses that women hide, and you've glimpsed how those same cracks live inside you too. You've felt the weight of knowledge, the kind that can bend love, break trust, and control the invisible strings of desire. And yet, you've also seen the warning etched in the dark ink of history. Those who chase control over others without mastering themselves become slaves to the very game they think they're winning. So here you stand, at the edge of the labyrinth. In one direction lies manipulation, sharp, effective, intoxicating. The other, self-mastery, slower, harder, but eternal. Whichever path you choose, remember this. Every word you speak, every silence you keep, every gesture you make, it's all part of the game. And whether you play it to conquer others or to conquer yourself will define the life you live. Because in the end, the greatest battlefield is not between man and woman, not even between lover and lover. It's within your own mind.